my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash and Dave.
Third person. That's
Third person.
weird.
The way you feel.
Well, holy shit, huh?
Oh man, another lost points, gain points. We're still on third. Emotional day. It's an emotional day.
See, this thing is, it's just like I'm kind of dumbfounded, really, because it's just like we had a goal multiplier of 2.85. Hey, Bodes. Hi, Gaetano. Like, I'm sitting there. I'm just like, holy crap. Because I was looking at the stats and, like, I've never seen us have a 2.85.
Yeah, never.
Wow. And then it's like, I was happy for Illing to get that goal or that chance to help create that chance with Chiesa. But then it's like, he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper and absolutely skies it. And then Milik with the bunny hop, like the Walmart version of the Jorginho.
Oh my god!
Like, was he watching Jorginho? Because like, I'm sitting here. It's just, I'm moving the chair.
It was worse than Jorginho, though.
It was absolutely atrocious. Because it's like I'm watching him, and then it's like,
oh, he's gonna do it.
like dude's like sitting here like Super Mario, just boing. Like he even did the hand. He did the hand motion. He was like I'm like, dude.
Sarthak coming in. Win Oilers. Yes, the Oilers and the Maple Leafs do go through to the second round. That happened last night. So congratulations to both of our teams.
I say about time the sport that Canada made, they actually did decent in.
And who else? There's who's the other team? Not Vancouver, they lost. There's another Canadian team through. I'm losing it right now. But anyways, but he's also like low key. How did you guys draw?
Anyways, but look, yeah, it's I think the one thing I do want to call out Allegri for is, dude, stop starting Kostic.
He needs more rest.
Dude needs 2 games off. So it's like it's honestly like this is one of those things where, and the other thing too, I need to figure out. I want to know, like, can someone tell me whose idea was it to play Chiesa and Kostic on the same side?
Oh my god, that was
the amount of times, and this,
that'll blame Allegri. You gotta kind of blame Allegri.
100%, I'm blaming Allegri for that one. There's 2 things I'm blaming Allegri for. One, playing Kostic and Chiesa on the same side of the pitch where it made no sense to do that, because both of them ran into each other. And then the second thing is why are you playing Kostic? That guy cannot run. And I'm not saying this to knock Kostic down. The dude's exhausted. He can't make a simple touch because I'm pretty sure his legs are cramped to absolute hell.
Yeah, he looked pretty stiff coming off.
Ridiculously stiff.
Yeah.
Ridiculously stiff on there. And then, look, we love them. We love to see them. But come on, Illing and Sule, you both had opportunities, squandered them. I would have been okay if you put it on target and the goalie made a save. But Illing, especially Illing, how do you scoop that from the penalty spot above the crossbar? After doing so well, I want to root for Illing. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot miss those one-on-ones. And Misaka said it yesterday, too, if you guys caught the stream. Illing is known to do that, and I'm pretty sure Misak has probably smashed his monitor at home.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why he hasn't talked to us. He hasn't messaged us for anything. But
No, he's been quiet. Have
you
you even
gotta do
checked the
that.
Discord? Speaking of the Discord, guys.
I need to look at that.
Speaking of the Discord, we're not selling you anything, as was accused of us yesterday. No, we're just trying to get you guys into our Discord chat right there in the QR code, or check the description down below. Join us in. We have fun. We talk about some nerdy stuff on the side. We talk about some college show. We talk about whatever. It's all fun. It's all good.
Like, because the thing is like, it's not one player. It's not one thing that messed today up. There was just a bunch of things that just went to shit. Like, for example, Milik has part of the blame. Yes, he pulled it back with actually a really nice goal. I'm not gonna lie. But Milik brings it back, but he also causes that issue. I'm kind of suspect on that penalty on Danilo, to be honest with you. A little bit soft, but again, I'm not the referees. I'm not FIGC. I thought that was a little bit soft, but also poor defending by Sandro to put Danilo in that awkward positioning as well. But Gatti nearly costed us a second goal by getting nutmegged in a one-on-one. Frankie, come get your mans, because that was holy crap.
Come get your man. Go on.
Like, oh my goodness,
that was bad though.
That was atrocious. The thing is, it's really funny is we had a ridiculously high X goals multiplier, but we really played terrible.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that just like surprises me too. Because like I saw it on some of the comments, oh great, we had a really great game. No, today was just
the eye
wild.
test was not good. The stats are kind of lying in the sense,
I was gonna say the stats were lying, man. Because like I saw Chiesa like you ever have that dance partner that can't mimic your movements correctly and just steps on your feet?
I don't dance much. No,
it's pretty much
I know what you're talking about.
That's pretty much Chiesa and Kostic there. Like those guys do not know how to play together on the same side of the field. And this is where I hold Allegri's ass to the fire a little bit, dude. Pull that. It should take no more than 10 to 15 minutes for you to realize that. That's when you say, hey, staff, this doesn't look like right. Because again, even what we said yesterday, we said this yesterday in the live stream, chances go begging because no one is covering the far post when we're attacking the left side of the field. What happens? Locatelli gets a good move off the ball, slots it over to the far post. Who's there? Cuadrado at the 18-yard box. I don't blame Cuadrado for that at all because Cuadrado is supposed to do what he's supposed to do. Yeah. But again, Chiesa in no man's land on the left side of the field hugging Kostic. I don't know if those two have a bromance that we don't know about that's on social media or something like that, but I love you, Federico Chiesa. You are my favorite Italian player, but dude, you latched onto Kostic this game really, really badly when you don't need to. Because Chiesa's his most effective play style is on that right wing, where he wasn't there today. Today, outside of a few movements or something like that, not a good game by him. I'm going to be honest. Milik, I did give Milik props because Milik was able, outside of the penalty, guys. Penalty was shit. It was dog shit.
Boy, was it bad? Was it really bad?
I've seen feces better than that penalty. But the thing is, though, he was able to facilitate he's McDavid FC. That's funny. These comments are awesome because I'm like in the middle of something and then it's just like I see something funny and then I look at it and my eyes just shifts right there.
Love it. Connor McDavid, the superstar of the Oilers. I have his rookie jersey. Yeah, love him. Love it.
But the thing is like I lost my train of thought. I'm thinking about Connor McDavid now, but
yeah, as you should. He's fucking amazing.
But the thing is like we look at things like that, like for example, Milik, there we go. So Milik was able to facilitate the ball, pinging it out wide to the directions. The problem is he was stuck to pinging it only to the left side of the field because Chiesa was not occupying the role that he was supposed to. He was supposed to shift a little bit off to the right. But like the thing is like I don't understand that heavy bombardment on the left side of the field because you keep Milik as the last person available for a strike because Cuadrado's not going to be pushing behind Milik. So it makes absolutely no sense there. So
and that's the problem, right? Cuadrado isn't pushing. He's leaving too much space up in front of him.
He can't because, again, defensive duties. So the thing is like, it's wasted 45 minutes on a heavily dumped left side of the field. That's the thing that irritates me. And then in the second half, Allegri yells at Chiesa to stay on the right. So it starts, and it looks like it's a 4-3-3 because originally Paramount Plus, all of the channels were saying 4-3-3.
Everything.
Everything was saying 4-3-3, and then it was a 3-5-2. And then it's like Chiesa starts the second half on the right. Looks like we're pushing forward. Looks like we're getting actions. And then one play, Chiesa by default goes back over to the left. So it's like, I'm not sure what Chiesa's doing there. And in my opinion, he got subbed off rightfully so because he just kept hogging that left side of the field. And then again, when you have Chiesa and Illing, again, same side of the pitch. Yes, they connected for the goal, but it comes in with the same issue. Because what you want to do, that goal that Illing created was because you had Illing by himself on the left. And he's able to do a one-on-one dribble. Illing can beat defenders. He absolutely stole the ankles of that Bologna player. Reaped his ankles.
Yeah, he had a couple good looks.
Very good looks. But the problem is then Chiesa started drifting wide to that left spot again. And then you automatically, when you have Chiesa on the field, Chiesa always pulls two defenders on him. And then Illing gets stuck with those defenders, those leftover defenders as well. So it's like you have that, and then it's just, you just have that big clump on the left side of the field, and then Illing, after that shank that he did, goes completely invisible because of that. Essentially, his game ends right after that because you don't really see him that much after. Sule did a great job opening up on the right side of the field, but again, that loose ball that comes down to him, you don't need to volley that ball. That's one of those things where you open up your hips to take a shot, where take a touch, slot it through. It's inexperience, I understand that. But yes, we're happy that we're seeing young players come in and roll in and do their thing. But again, this is the risks that you run when you run the young players. I saw someone in the comments talk about Fagioli. Fagioli had 2 shots back to back to back. How that was saved, I don't know. He goes down on his right hand.
Yeah.
Does some Pilates move with his right leg. Does some Pilates, some hot yoga.
Man.
And he's able to tip it out. But again, it's just one of those things where I love the youngsters, but at the same time, it's kind of what happens when you have them. Did they perform better than our older guys? Yes, absolutely. They did. The youngsters don't deserve to get a helmet on.
They're also fresh too, right? That's the difference.
But it's just one of those things where I'm just like, guys, relax, take it easy, slot it in, play simple. Because like, if anything right now, we're in. Only reason why we had a chance today against Bologna was the youngsters. Kostic was absolutely fried. Quadrado kind of did some stuff. Yeah. Got like the young guys, it's just there. And then Gompacho.
Okay, what does that? What does this mean? Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back before we do this, because he keeps on saying this. What anime nerd stuff is this?
I don't know what lechuga is.
Oh, come on.
I actually don't know what that is.
Okay, let's go. Let's move on then.
But Giant Sule has no shot power. Sule kicks the ball to Jupiter. Yeah. The thing is that's what irritates me with that, because like you have a wide that's something I expect Domenico Berardi to do. Not Sule, because Berardi's done that numbers of times. But the thing is, it's just I really like this game. To me, it doesn't feel like we gained a point. It feels like we dropped 2 points.
It does have that feeling, because we should have had this one.
Because the thing
we should have had the past few.
Because, like, for example, and Gaetano's kind of right here where he's talking about like Illing's was harder than Sule's. It was, because Illing still had to beat the goalkeeper, but put it on target. That's my only thing on that. You put it on target, I'm not upset, because again, filthy ankle breaker to take it to the right side. But when you do that, when you execute that move beautifully, which he did, but his end result was a 30-yard field goal.
It was bad.
Yeah, the result was a 30-yard field goal.
It looks so good. It had me on the edge of my seat,
because we're like this on Twitch, like, and then
So many let-offs today.
It
There
was.
really were.
Today was the definition of blue balls with the amount of opportunities that we've had. But
Okay, here we go.
oh, lechuga. Oh, la Luve. Ah, it's the Beppe soundbite. It's the Beppe soundbite. Beppe has that on his stream.
Okay.
It's yeah, it is when he says la Luve. I
The
can't talk.
Huga.
Yeah, he says Juve very, very weird. It's like le chuve. But it's yeah. Joey's right here. Joey Tribbiani. Ha, I see that.
Ah,
Play on friends.
family.
Hey,
Boomer. We got a boomer.
how you doing? But top 6 is going to be wild. It is because you have Lazio, Roma, Inter, AC, and then Atalanta is a dark horse in that one just coming in there as well. So definitely going to be interesting. Aline Salabin says it's the same feeling that we've had all season long, almost, but not good enough. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible blue balls.
And Bob can say, yeah,
La
La
Chuve,
Chuve,
la
La Chuve.
La
Yeah.
Chuve, La Chuve. That's what it is. He's like, La Chuve. Sharif is talking about the press conference. I don't want to see the press conference. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care about the post game. I'd rather talk to you guys and then watch it. I'd rather get your guys' opinions.
Yeah, I read the transcript, the translation.
I'm pretty sure that's a script that he gets to say every post game. They're just like, say this because
he's very corporort anyways, right? I don't even know if he needs the script.
There's no value in it. I don't think we've ever covered a post game interview.
There's sometimes little tidbits of
Sometimes,
information, but by and large, it's Allegri coach speak. I mean, we just pass over so much of it because it's all the same.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think I let it all out.
Did you? All of it?
I think I let it all out without yelling. Because like the thing is, I don't want to sit here and just say Allegri out like every single comment I've seen on social media because it's just not constructive. It's not constructive.
So that's I think I've ranted enough about that one.
Yeah, I know. Because the thing is like I want to at least give you guys perspectives and understandings of things. Because if I come in and I start the stream, guys, we need to fire this dude. Like
there's already
a million people on Twitter have done my job if that's my only thing I'm going to say. So it's like
do that.
Like it's not even that. Like I really think at this point, and my concern is, and I'm really starting to be concerned about this. And so I'm not changing my stance. So don't quote me or anything like this. The only time you ever remove a coach is when he's lost the locker room. That is the only time. And my thing is I'm starting to get concerned that we're heading in that direction. The question is because you look at some of the performances and how they've happened, especially after the plus 15, I'm a little bit concerned. Because you hear all these reports of players arguing with the manager. And again, I don't really believe it. I think it's all tabloids and stuff like that. But we did. And Gaetano's right. We threw away the advantage that we had. We did. It's honest. And Bones is saying, I hate how out of sync the players are. They are.
And this as well. This has always been one of my concerns as well. Zio Beppe was right. The team's complacent because the 15 points were restored. That can be directly related when you look at the timeline. We won that game against Sport. Well, we tied that game.
No, I think we slumped right after Verona because we lost to Lazio. We lost to Lazio and we lost to Sassuolo before we even got the points back. No, I don't. It's a good thought, but I think we started slumping before then.
Certainly, I don't know. I still tinfoil hat.
Zin Salabin says he is pleased with the performance, but not the chances and the result. We need to do more and better. Yeah, that's why I don't like post-match interviews. The only time I really care about a post-match interview is Mourinho, because Mourinho or Conte say some absolutely outlandish crap. Like it's one of those things. And then RB Garakayan, I totally butchered that. I'm sorry, but he says we obviously need to stick with Allegri till the end of the season, but more obviously he will need to walk for next season. Let's support the team and Allegri for the next. Great take, 100%, guys. I understand a lot of you people will be pissed at something like this, but he's not wrong.
No, No,
because
that's the right approach.
the thing is, and we're gonna keep that stance that we've had, and a lot of people are like, "So you guys don't want Allegri out?" We're not saying that we don't want him out. We're saying that you can't fire him at this point of the season. It makes no sense to. Because what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna pull in? You're gonna pull in Zidane and hope he has a miraculous turnaround? Like, hey, Misak,
Have you stopped tearing your walls down?
we're worried. We're worried that you were gonna break your monitors, Misak. We got nervous because we didn't see you, and he's right. There are. It's some of the players missing their opportunities and chances here, but went from 100 to 1,000. But
It's escalating quick.
because like I kind of want to hear this from you guys in the chat. I'm really curious. Like for example, if we hypothetically, let's play reality world, we fire Allegri and bring in Zidane. Are we going to see a change, or are we just wasting our breath with that? Like I'm
And a
just
bit of
genuinely
money.
curious, and a bit of money too. Like would it make anything? And then Bogdan saying maximum of likes, even though that's his that's Bepe's catchphrase. I feel a little bit dirty using it. It just feels weird.
Misak's
Sure.
update here.
Yeah.
2,450.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, there's you go on. We're double clicking the comments here.
Yeah. But he's saying, so Sharif, what are we gonna see a change in with a month in? Like that's the one thing I'm curious. Cause like we see a change in what? Like Graham Potter with Chelsea? How'd that change go? Like Thomas Tuchel and Bayern Munich? How'd that change go?
Yeah, you really got to ride it out. Unless you're not fighting for anything. Like if you're just mid-table kind of surviving and you just want to get ahead of the game of the restructure, sure. I can see an argument for that.
Yeah. That's the only thing. But then the problem is there's no sporting director and we don't know the and okay, he misunderstood. He meant next season. Coaching changes. So the only time really right now at this moment that I can really sit here and say, okay, we need to look at coaching changes is again, we need to figure out what is going to happen with the salary maneuver. Because
it really all hinges on that. Everything does.
Yeah. And the thing is, and like everybody's saying, everyone's coming in saying it is really risky. Maybe the only benefit, and Bones is saying the only benefit to it is maybe getting the new philosophy kind of a jump start. But the thing is this, and Misak brings it up right here. I'm not saying that we are. I'm not saying that it's on the table. We get Zinedine Zidane now, say that we replace Allegri for Zidane and we get relegated. He says, "See ya, suckers."
And he's gone.
That's what's going to happen if you do that now. It makes no sense. But the thing is, and part of me wants to say this is FIGC doing this to F with us personally, because come on, is it really taking this long? Is it really taking this long? Also, UEFA's like, oh, hey, by the way, pending the Serie A investigation, we might do our own investigation. Because the thing is if I'm any coach, if I'm Italiano, if I'm De Zerbi, if I'm Gasparini, because those are the names I keep seeing on every stream I watch, Zidane. If I'm looking out, because guys, we need to be objective. We need to be objective on this because right now, the Juve coaching position is not a lucrative position. It is not. We have to be honest here.
Yeah, who wants this job?
Conte's looking at this and he's like, shit, I don't want to. What Serie B? 5 million for transfers. Oh shit, I should have stayed at Tottenham. But like, it's the thing is when you look at it from that perspective, our coaching gig isn't lucrative because what kind of coach is looking at it right now where he's like, I want to go to a club with no project or sporting director. And this isn't me knocking on us. This isn't Juventus's fault. This is strictly, in my opinion, I strictly blame Serie A because they're doing this on purpose. Because you're creating a market instability for Juve. Because the thing is say that salary maneuvers, all of this stuff gets done and dusted. And then we can start hiring our folks. Guess when that's going to be? End of May, early June. So you're giving your brand new sporting director, if he does get hired by then, 30 days to scout out players for the transfer market. Can you effectively scout in 30 days? Probably not. As well as players looking to come here. You might be able to pull a player that's dedicated to coming to Juve, like SMS. Allegedly, he's really interested in coming, which is fine, because Rabiot's probably out the door. But like, for example, the thing is like, it's a mess. It really is. This whole thing is a mess. And like, for me personally, my opinion is this: we secure top 4, push for the Europa League, and then we wait what happens after. Because like the thing is we're all wasting our breath here, and we're wasting our character and our data plans by just texting that stupid Allegri out picture all over the place.
Oh my God, it's not even a picture.
It's
made with Microsoft Paint. It's horrible.
It's like Microsoft Paint with Allegri out. Like I think
it's so stupid.
It's immature. And then my favorite thing is when we're on Twitch, you have a bunch of people like, look, guys, they don't even care. They're not even reading our Allegri out comments. That goes to show they don't care about the fans. No, we don't respond to toddlers.
Don't care about I mean, who the fuck are we? It's not like we're getting paid dollars here to go Twitch for Juventus. Like, get over yourself. We're doing it because we're fans. You're ridiculous.
It is.
Where's my money? I'm not rich. I am doing it for the fans. Fucking idiot. Whatever. Screw that guy.
It's just one of those things. And guys, feel free to ask questions or throw your thoughts in the chat as well, because normally we don't do post games, but we decided to do one for you guys today. But there's, this is my thing. I've been holding this in for the entire week because I just keep hearing this club that, club here, club that. And it's like, really, guys, come on, man. And the thing is like, I don't know, like people taunting, like, oh man, I can't believe Dusan. Okay, we get the joke. They're like, oh, I can't believe Dusan missed that penalty for Milik's penalty miss. It's like, all right, man. Like, seriously? Like, it's just one of those things where I just look at it and it's just,
yeah, Lotito, whatever. Maybe he'll not have such a hurt on if he finishes ahead of us this year. I don't know. Probably not. I'm being ridiculous. All right, Misak again. He's coming in hot. He only tore down half of his walls. He's still fired up.
That's funny. See, the thing is, it's like, and Alina is saying it too. He's like, hey, it's going to be really difficult to find someone better than Allegri to take over, but his time, it is. Yeah. It is, because right now, what kind of coach brings you stability? Even though, again, we could probably say debatable. Yeah, I think he's run his cycle. But, like, again, it's just the stability there. It's just, there's no one else that can hold it down. You bring in Conte. Conte is going to crap his pants within the first thing. The dude's a spoiled child. Like, he's a Juventus legend, but an absolute spoiled child. And then what are you going to do? You're going to bring in Gattuso?
Oh, man, just...
Gattuso's
why do we not have the soundbite?
I know.
Sometimes it may be good. Sometimes
it may be shit. Like, I mean, what are you going to bring in? Gattuso?
It would be fun for a month or two.
Yeah, and then Gaspari's like, hey, yeah, let me leave Atalanta mid-season and go to Juve.
We've talked about Gasparini too, and if the philosophies would line up. And again, we don't know what the management's going to be like, right? So would it line up? We don't know.
Yeah, and our good friend Misaka saying it too. We need stabilization right now more than anything.
Conte you don't use stable and Conte
in the same sentence. It does not work that way. But come on, am I losing my mind here, folks? I mean, look, I know I sound a little bit anal and old man and cranky, but I'm being objective here. Like, if I'm stupid and I'm wrong, feel free to call me a dumbass. I got no problem here.
You're speechless. David saying we're in such a start-minded society anyways. People are pissed, and instead of spending mature thought, they shit something out of their brain. I can't hear anymore the Allegri out or anything else. Yeah, I mean, just the world is just so full of bullshit. It's not, I don't think it's so much that we were less full of this shit before. It's just now we're given this social platform to just be obnoxious about it. We don't even have to think about things. We just regurgitate it out. And it's trash. It really is. But I mean, we try to make the best of the platforms. I mean, the platform can be good. You do your best with what you have.
It is. And the thing is, and this is going to sound cliche and corny, but like we have a bunch of external forces trying to hurt the club. And like this is where we need unity more than any time in the world. And we're sitting here arguing some of the corniest stuff ever, like some of the stupidest things ever. And the thing is like I don't understand. Like to me, it's like, guys, we need to figure it out. And then Ari Rai says we don't have a sporting director because no, he didn't want it that way. Cherubini was resigned. And nobody wants to take the job. Nobody wants to come in right now. It's not because Allegri wanted it that way. Allegri didn't tell them, hey, I'm going, look at me. Look at me.
I don't think he had any say in the matter one way or the other.
Elkin, you want to know what happened? Elkin said, hey, yeah, you're in charge now.
Pretty much. He's just like, hey, so we fucked up. You're in charge.
It's pretty much what happened. It's not that Allegri didn't want a sporting, like no. It's not how that works at all. 100% because Cherubini out the door, Arriva Bene out the door. There's your CEO and your scouting / sporting director, both out.
Yeah, and it's just fun. We have lawyers and financiers running the club right now.
Yeah,
just to bail us out of whatever nonsense is going on.
Us in. Let's be honest. Whatever baloney Paratici threw us in, it's all him. To be honest with you, like if people want to direct something at someone that really put the club in a bad position, it's Fabio Paratici. Like let's be honest here. Say what you want. He's the one that orchestrated the Ronaldo move that put us in a financial hole. Then he decided to overspend for De Ligt, because we overspent for Matthias De Ligt. Let's be honest here. 85 million plus bonuses, and his salary, his salary was 12 million.
Oh man, looking back, it's
like
so
this isn't me trashing on De Ligt. I'm not trashing on him.
He's just not worth that much.
The money.
Who is though, right? Like, and that's the question. Who actually is?
Yeah. And that's the thing there. It's like you look at it and it's like, I can't believe we splashed out that much money for him. And Van Dijk was better than him. So it's like Van Dijk went less and played a lot better than De Ligt. So like you look at stupid things like that. Aaron Ramsey with his outrageous contract.
Ramsey. Oh man. Actually, speaking of Welshmen, did you hear Wrexham trying to get Gareth Bale to come out of retirement?
That's actually really funny. And then Ari says, who overspent on Vlahovic? Both of the guys that overspent on Vlahovic are unemployed right now. Arriva Bene and Cherubini.
Yeah.
Allegri did not say, hey, buy Vlahovic for this amount. We're going to buy him for that amount. I honestly think we overpaid because it was a panic buy. We saw it. We're like, oh, shoot, Man City, Bayern Munich, all these guys. Let's buy him now in January, because it's honestly, when we look at it from and take out the performance, take out Vlahovic's performance out of it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the financials. Mm-hmm. When we're looking at it from the financial aspect of it, that dude's value is going to go twice as much. And out of pettiness, Comisa would have sold him to Bayern Munich for 35 or 40 million. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. So I guarantee you, for sure, he would have gone to Bayern Munich if you didn't purchase him in January last season. 100% would have gone to Bayern Munich because they.
Sorry, I'm just seeing all these new names. I'm getting excited. Nicola Paccione, he's coming in. And guys, if you are just joining us for the first time, please do subscribe, hit the like button, do all that jazz that us YouTubers love you all to do. It will really help us. Thanks you for joining us. But Nicola, exactly. Peletici was the club's downfall. The Ronaldo deal was a mistake, completely destabilized the team and the finances, which Morata was not a fan of. That's a good little summary. That's more or less what happened in a sense. He did a lot of good, but I think he got a little ahead of himself, right? Like when you have an emperor that gets, I don't know, fat, dumb, lazy, just wants to feed himself and screw the people over. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, because you look at a lot of those deals, and the thing is like, I know a lot of people were talking about value player values and stuff like that and dropping guys, Juve rarely sell their own players. Even like, for example, if you look at our peak with Beppe Morata, Juve don't sell unless a player asks to be sold. So for them, value is the last thing that they looked at. The only time really we were able to sell players during our peak was because Pogba was like, I want to go to Man U. Or like, for example, Dani Alves is like, I don't want to be here anymore. So it's like we never I don't understand that argument where people are like, well, Allegri lowered the value of all the players. And it's like, come on, guys. Like
He's just losing it. He's like, they're 1 foot in jail. That's where the project is.
that is currently where the current project is. One foot in
A
jail.
foot in jail. You're not really too far off in saying that.
And Aline coming in saying some are just too linear, looking at it from only a black and white perspective without any in-betweens. And surrounding factors that completely change the outcome and course of the season. Because the problem is a lot of people don't understand the business side of things. We understand the football side of it. I'm not taking a jab, maybe I'm not taking a jab and saying, oh, well, these guys are only FIFA Muppets and that's all they know. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that about people. But the thing is when you look at a business, there's a total different hierarchy. There's a complete separate organization, and people just look at it. The reason why people look at it, because like, for example, if you look at Juve the past 5 or 6 years, the main person that was out there was the coach. So they look at the coach and they go after the coach for anything that goes wrong. When in reality, Allegri left back in 1819 because he didn't like the way that Paratici was going. You could say that Paratici sacked him because Allegri didn't want Ronaldo back then. Neither did Beppe Morata. Allegri said, hey, we need to rehaul this entire squad. This squad has gone as far as it can. But he said this back 17, 18, 18, 19. He said this 5, 6 years ago. This this team that we have is tapped out. We need to start recycling. We need to start regenerating this team. Paratici said, no, we're not. We just need a coach that spams forward balls every single game. You're fired. I'm going to go get Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola looks at the offer, looks at Paratici, looks at the offer, looks at Paratici and says, you're a dumbass, and re-signs with City. And then Paratici, with his pants down, goes to Maurizio Sarri, of all people, and says, hey, you want a job? Even though Sarri's not a Juventus guy.
It's kind of funny.
He's not a Juve guy. And I don't mean like he's not at Juventus's level or anything like that, but personality does not vibe. Because businesses and corporations have their culture. He did not fit that culture. So he was a panic hire. And then the club kind of looks at him and all the players look at him like, the hell is this scrub? And they didn't listen to him outside of maybe Paulo Dybala was the only person that liked him. And this isn't a jab at Dybala. He played his best ball under Sarri post-pandemic. But like, for example, you look at that, and then at the end of the season, because Ronaldo had Paratici's cojones in a vice grip, says, I don't like this guy. Fire him. And he does. And then essentially even Chiellini has said it in interviews, I don't understand this guy. This guy makes no sense to me. It's really weird. And then you have that, and then Pirlo comes in because Paratici's like, decides to go on YouTube and watch motivational videos of Real Madrid's 15-16 Champions League or 16-17 Champions League tryout or something like that, where Zidane comes in for Rafa Benitez and says, I just fired a bald guy with glasses. Let me hire a midfielder just like Real Madrid did, a GOAT midfielder. So he does that. Pirlo, I love the guy, but unfortunately defensively, we weren't good under Pirlo. Defensively, we're making a lot of boneheaded defensive errors. The amount of times we've seen players give assists to the other team. I still remember that Benevento game where Artur was like, oh, hey, Benevento, here's a 1-0 lead on the house. Like, you have that, and then it's like, and the funny thing is like, when we fired Pirlo and we brought in Allegri was this close to signing to Real Madrid. This close, whether you guys want to believe it or not. The fact that he told Florentino Perez, nah, I'm going back to Juve, even though he looks at it, and I give him props. I'll give him that. but oh my goodness, I just want to say the Paratici era was an absolute dumpster fire. It was, because like for example, we bring in Kulusevski for like 45 million. I'm praying to God that Tottenham qualifies for the Champions League so they keep him.
Yeah, well, they lost today.
They did. Now they're 6th, which means we have a useless Swedish winger about to come back.
We were complaining today how there was nobody on the right to kind of fill in that space. So there you go. Kulusevski's back.
There we go. Boom.
Man.
And the thing is, it's just like, ugh. But you know, the funny thing, Sharif, you're saying about Agnelli making the final decision. So on a lot of the court documents, they're saying that Paratici made the decisions without him or in collaboration. Yeah, I can say that. But like the fact that they just lost the plot. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's really kind of what happened. Who's ever, I blame Agnelli for that. I think Agnelli absolutely bottled it at the end, but I still think it's just Paratici was a great scout when he was at Sampdoria. He was great at finding younger players. And then he came to Juve, did the same thing with Beppe Morata. You got young Pogba, you got Mario Lamea, you got Kingsley Coman. We had a really good young pipeline. Mario Piazza would have been great, but the dude tore his ACL like 4 times. Like we joke about him, but he tore his ACL 4 times. But we had it. And then Ronaldo came in, which pissed off Beppe Morata, and then Morata left, and then everything kind of fell apart. The only thing I do kind of give Beppe Morata some stick on is the Alexandro and the Bernardeschi contract. That's the only thing I give Morata really my qualm with, because he signed Bernardeschi for almost $6 million a season.
Yep, they're
note to self.
As much as I love them, as much. Yeah. You know what?
Note to self, ladies and gentlemen. When you buy players from Fiorentina, do not give them more than $5 million a season. Well done. Well done. Because Chiesa wasn't signed for that much. Chiesa performed. We signed Bernardeschi for that much, and he's like, renewal, Oh, no. Toronto. Okay, I go Toronto.
And he's adored in Toronto.
He is adored in Toronto. Because he's a meme. Like, let's be honest here. You know how many times I was actually watching parts of the Blue Jays game, and you know how many times, because Bruno was at that game, you know how many times I kept hearing come on in the background?
Really?
Yeah, it was a meme.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't watch that. I haven't watched any of the Jays. Season's young, but there's other things to watch than baseball, right? Like baseball's a whatever sport. I'll watch it if it's around.
So Eileen says, what we are witnessing this season and not is accumulation of former Mercato's injury-prone players, ref blunders, outlied issues. Yeah, this season is an absolute cluster F of a perfect storm. Bone saying, well, it was you that said Ronaldo ran Sandro under the ground. He did. Yeah. Second Ronaldo came in, Sandro took a huge nosedive. And then Eileen says, just about any coach would have struggled. I'm pretty sure most coaches would have fared off worse or not made it through to the end. Bogdan says that is his level for your buddy Berna. I'm thinking next year is Akira, Arthur, Mello, and the rest coming back. If Allegri stays, we still have Tech, Quad, and Sandro. Quad's out, Sharif. June 30th, his contract's done. Quadrado's leaving. No renewal.
Not yet, anyways. I mean, we'll see if anything changes.
Doesn't look like Quadrado's being renewed. Sandro, if he doesn't hit his 40 matches played, he's out the door too. So I don't know, because the thing is Romeo Grassi said it, the first contract that's being signed is going to be the sporting director. So I believe it when I see it. That's fair. But Zakaria, Arthur, Kulusevski, McKennie, those are going to be 4 players you got to move. You got to sell them. Find a way to sell them.
Absolutely.
I'm saying if they all come back, but you got to sell them, and then we move. But right now, I think the best mentality for folks need to, one, Yes, I'm yelling and being loud and obnoxious, but
Oh, you're yelling so loud. Oh my.
yeah, see, that's because I get comments of people saying, "Darn, you Europeans or you Americans don't have any passion or emotion."
That was
Which
one guy. That was one guy.
irritates the hell out of me. Such a stupid comment.
Pellegrini sold to Lazio.
He is gone. Pellegrini is gone. And then
But yes, we have
Cambiasso
Cambiaso.
Cambiaso is coming back to fill that right back slot, and then Rovella is coming back because Paredes is being on a one-way ticket funded by Wings of Winter back to PSG. But
Nice reference.
thank you so much. But I've ranted for about 45 minutes. We should even like swap this from the Bologna postgame show to Dash loses his shit for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Bones says Pellegrini. Yes, guys, Pellegrini has been sold to Lazio, but
he's gone.
But the big but is it is for 15 million, however, payable in 5 years. So 3 million a season.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Take what you get. Oh man, we didn't even plan for the post game. This was more the Dash rants post Bologna.
Look, guys, regardless of how the situation is, I don't think I'm not going to sit here and say we're a small club, we're a banter club, we're a joke club. I love Juve.
I love how you directly reference a specific person every time, but the name never actually comes up. But go on.
That person pisses me off because it's like you rant and you complain and you cry and then you offer no alternatives. Like, for example, here, I cannot agree. Like, for example, me and Sharif, we don't agree all the time. But I can sit here and understand Sharif's point of view, and we can sit here and have a cordial discussion and find some common ground.
Yeah.
But like, for example, when you have people that sit there and just completely whine, complain, be pessimistic, and then mask it by saying I'm being objective, and then you're like, okay, let's discuss it. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit at the table. They don't.
Is that what he said? He said he was being objective.
Yes, that's his.
This is high school. You guys are
sad.
children.
We never talked about it, but let's talk about it. The penalty on Bologna.
I need to see more footage. That's the problem. I don't know. I don't know 100% without actually seeing the angles on it, and they don't show them.
I know, because the thing is it looks like he just kind of brushes on him, which is kind of the thing is thank you. But the thing is like my issue. So here's the thing about that penalty. If we don't call a penalty on Quadrado against Napoli, but you call a penalty against here at Bologna, where's the consistency?
There isn't. That's the problem. It's all trash. Everyone knows it. They won't admit it.
And then the best part is Misak saying, and it was thing because when we were covering it on Twitch, someone said it and we thought they were joking. But how can we be a top 5 league?
So it was true.
And have a broken VAR screen.
Freaking because it's Bologna. Because it's, it's embarrassing.
You want to know here what makes this even funnier on why? And I don't understand why people are saying, yeah, let's go Serie A, best league in the world. In the Champions League quarterfinal, Milan against Napoli, their VAR did not work at all. Like VAR did not work at all. In the Champions League quarterfinal, mind you, the cameras were not working. And people want to sit here and tell me that Serie A is the greatest league right now because we have so many teams far in Europe. We're doing so well. We can't even afford 1080p cameras.
Or just ones that work.
And I'm pretty sure the goal line technology for offsides, they went to Qatar and said, hey, can you give us the friends and family discount on those?
Yeah, you guys are done with those, right?
Yeah, you guys are done with those. Can we get those? Can we get those off you? Because Qatar was donating all of their World Cup stuff to different countries, and I bet you Serie A, Gravina goes up to him. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. We don't got the budget for this, but can you give me like the friends and family discount, and I'll dock Juve 15 points?" And Sheffrin's like, Sheffrin's like, okay, my friend, I need to do a good Eastern European. He's like, okay, friend, I do this for you. I give you cameras. You give Juve minus 15, make whole club implode, send them to Serie B. Because I'm still salty that Agnelli no give me handshake and give me hug. I hold grudge for 6 years.
And Sharif, yeah, VAR saved us today, but they also saved Bologna as well. So I mean that was to watch. The fact of the matter is that it has to be used properly. and it has to work. I mean, if the screens don't even work, that's the problem, really. Is one, is the technology working? Two, is the technology modern? Questionable. And three, how is that technology implemented and then interpreted? And that final one especially is questionable. The other ones we can fix by kind of just throwing money at it. But you can't fix like crooked ass Italian refereeing.
He's like, you just bring up that entire point, and then you're just like, nah, hat on.
Oh man, okay, guys, man, everyone's just going at it today. Everyone's fired up.
Yeah, and the thing is like, so Sharif, the reason why we're kind of like debating VAR here, just so you kind of understand our perspective, is all the calls that happen in today's game were done by the VAR room. So like the referee didn't look. The ref, because usually ref looks at it if it's questionable, or if it's kind of like, hey, we need to look at this, he goes in and takes a look, and then he calls it. Because the thing is his VAR call with how the ref was calling this game was not consistent. Because this referee that was on the pitch today was letting a lot of tussling going.
Yeah,
Whereas the referee in the VAR room, not so consistent per se. And the thing is, and he brings up a good point, because I've seen it on Twitter as well. The referees on VAR have been, since VAR has been introduced to the game, referee quality has dipped. Like, can we all agree on that?
I think there's an argument to be said there.
Because how many of you guys, and this isn't Juve related, but how many of you guys seen the Dortmund game, where Dortmund were denied a cleared penalty and probably costed them the title?
Oh yeah, I saw. I think I saw those.
I'm gonna find you the clip, guys.
All right, let's catch up on some of these chats then. Misak still yelling. VAR saved us. It fucked us. Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. I would say it fucked us. If we just didn't get everything we wanted. Why didn't we get the cameras? I think we have the cameras. They're just not working, right? And the cameras are 720. Because I don't know. How much cheaper is the 720 these days? Is it? I don't get it.
Don't know.
Yeah, but Napoli also didn't let away fans to the stadium thinking it was Frankfurt, so a broken VAR is not that big of a thing to sabotage. Yeah, again, there's more nonsense going on. That was a bit different with Frankfurt as well. Their fans were insane. They had to chill out a little bit, the Frankfurt guys. What's the way out for Juve 23-24, assuming the verdict is in our favor? Is this getting the management and the sporting director and building with a clear philosophy and
guys,
clear objectives?
Here's my thing, guys. You want to see what a real good club, sporting director, scouting, and all of that is set up as? Go look at Brighton. Let me be honest with you guys. Look at Brighton. Sporting director from all of it is done really, really well. If you look at some of the gems that Brighton have, yes, you can say De Zerbi. Graham Potter had him up to 4th before he left and went to Chelsea. But when you look at it, dude, Brighton, they know how to scout players, they know how to pull in players, and their director knows how to pull the strings on that. So you gotta look at it from that there. Those guys really, really well. And the thing is the coach should always be the final piece to the project that brings it out. It's, again, the sporting director, the scouting department that gets all the cogs in motion. Then you bring the coach in. Because as much as I hate Inter, but that treble-winning Inter side, they realized, hey, we need a coach with balls that can get us over the hump. Bring in Jose Mourinho, and they did that. It's usually, again, it's about your management. Allegri can't be the management. He has to coach. You let Allegri coach. You can't let him do the sporting things. So we need a sporting director, and we need also the board to say, hey, this is where you're going to go. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a whirlwind. I think we should just cut this one here. This wasn't so much a post game as it was a post rant. Yeah, I think everyone, we need to enjoy our Sunday evenings here. let's settle down from this one. It was really fun. Thank you, everyone, for just jumping in here. We didn't realize Beppe, he wasn't on tonight. So when he does that, we try to fill in the hole as best we can. So thank you, everyone.
Ari's saying Brighton has been doing what you love for how long? 6 months? Come on. No, they haven't. They've been starting that entire process since they got promoted. Dude, they're just now reaping the benefits of it. You're totally not understanding what I'm saying, man. No, it's not it at all. No, Brighton has been doing it ever since they got promoted into the Premier League. They started building that network, building the project. Now it's coming up to how it's working properly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Brighton's doing an amazing job for just this season. No, I'm saying again, look at the players that they're pulled in over time and have developed. That's what I meant. Hopefully I clarify my point on that there.
All right. Let's not get carried away. Trying to outro it, guys. We're getting back into it.
I know.
Of course. DJ, go fuck yourself. Bogdan, thank you as well. LJJ saying, hopefully we'll finish top 4 next season. I believe we will have some changes. Yeah, you can only hope. Always forward. And this guy can also go fuck himself because it's the same guy, so he can fuck himself again. Misa Drea Della Monte reporting.
He doesn't want Sauda if Allegri stays. That's funny.
I don't know if that's
whatever.
True.
Rumors are rumors.
Yeah. Anyways, and are we talking about Brighton still here? The most expensive player of all time until 19 was Johan Baksh. Where is he now? Nobody knows.
Johan Baksh. You're missing my point, man. Again, you're missing my point. David says trust the process because they could sell McAllister for 80 million and someone will buy him. That's the point.
Okay.
But
yeah. Anyways, we'll continue this discussion.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to discuss. Guys, we have to decompress a bit as well. It's a lot for one day. It honestly is. Take a breather. Get some fresh air. I need some fresh air. I've been in my basement here for hours now. Honestly. Come on. I mean, I gotta go out. I gotta go outside. Oh man, I'm not a dungeon dweller as much as it might be fun once in a while, but no, I gotta hydrate, gotta get outside, spend some time with the wife. Dash. It's Sunday as well. You got the family thing to do. I hope you all have the family thing to do. Spend some time, eat some food. I gotta roast me a chicken. You cooking anything?
So good. That's so good. No, I'm good. Bones wants to get Ted Lasso as our coach. And
Ted Lasso doesn't even know what total football was. That would piss me off so much, that last episode where he goes on a mushroom trip and then discovers total football. And then they over-explain what total football is. I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. It's so dumb. But anyways, it's funny. It was still funny. I'll just have the dogs. Well, the dogs are good too. I mean, I have a wife and dogs, so I don't know if that's better or worse sometimes. I think it depends on the time of the month. But no, I mean, they're all great. It looks like a beach house inside a time. It's definitely a basement. And I guarantee you there is a furnace behind that wall. And Bogdan's family is sleeping. Well, that's good. Anyways, yeah, you're obviously further east. Next day now, I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry too. I gotta cook this chicken. I'm hitting the music. Guys, you've been amazing today. I love you all. Dash is gonna serenade us out of here.
My Shih Tzu prefers Jesus Juve. That's fine. I mean, he's like our uncle, so I mean, cool.
Yes, that's cool.
We love him. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in our impromptu 45-minute rant about stuff. I feel like a crybaby, but whatever. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I saw one dislike. I will find you and I will hunt you down.
Whatever. It's probably a guy told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, probably that guy. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the good discussion here. We will catch you in on the next one. I'm sure we're going to film throughout the week as well, so we will see you guys then.
Yeah, thank you again. Love you all. Parts of you, bit.